Matt Corral. Let's talk about Matt Corral. I ain't going to put no picture up. I was going to, but I'm not. Matt Corral, let's talk about it, man. Because there's been a lot to be said. Even me. I wrote, y'all know me on this channel, I wrote Matt Corral's obituary. Not literally, but like I thought it was over. I dropped a video saying that it was over. They were very dismissive of him at the combine when Frank Reich first got hired. They didn't mention him. They asked about him. They were very dismissive about his role and what was coming for him. It just didn't seem like the writing was on the wall. It was that typical case of new coaching staff. I didn't draft you. You get caught in the wash. Sayonara. It's a business decision. That's what it just looked like. The writing was on the wall. We've seen this movie before. We have. We've seen the movie before. Will Grier. That's what everybody was saying. Will Grier 2.0. We thought that's what Matt Corral's fate would be. However, today, past couple of days ago, the Panthers released the fourth quarterback on their roster, Jacob Eason. They released Jacob Eason, who had a background with Wright, spent time with Wright in Indianapolis last year before he came to the Panthers. Seemed like a right guy, so he would just be there. We didn't know what the prognosis on Corral's foot was, but he's 100%. He's had a hell of an offseason. He's gained 15 pounds. I don't know if it's muscle or not, but he definitely looks, I'm not going to say thicker. You don't call a grown man thick. Or what Shannon Sharp said, you don't call a grown man thick. I'm not going to call Matt Corral thicker. He's gotten bigger. Pause. But he's been working his tail off, bro. I got to respect it. It's definitely hats off. It's definitely hats off to Corral, man. He's been putting in that work. So, like, and we know the system that he came in. He came from that RPO, Lane Kiffin system. And what is Frank Reich known for? Frank Reich is known for the RPO type of system and concepts too. And so was Bryce. So if anybody can get anything out of him, it's gonna be this coaching staff. At least they're trying to do right by Matt Corral. At least they're trying to do right by him. Even as a third-round pick that they have no ties to, they're trying to do right by him. Frank Reich said this is a guy that his organization thought high enough of to draft him. So Matt Corral, he's going to get a shot. So we'll see they say they want to get more reps in practice. And then in preseason, what is it going to look like? Because everybody's like, oh, Dalton doesn't need reps. Give Bryce and Matt Corral all the reps. I personally disagree. So I think that Bryce and Dalton should split the first half. However you want to do it. You want to give Dalton the first swing and then let Bryce get the bulk of the first quarter and the second quarter. But Dalton definitely needs reps. And then let Corral get the second half because Corral has some experience from preseason, but we need to find out what he is. And that's exactly what Frank Reich said. He said, we need to give him more reps to find out exactly what he is.
We just want to find out who we have, obviously we as an organization thought pretty highly of him to draft him where we drafted him last year. And, and then he got hurt and so didn't get very many reps. And there's no replacing that. So this is really about trying to give him every opportunity.
Is that coaching speak for like, yes, we do want to evaluate him for the future because we want to keep our quarterback depth strong because we saw what happened to San Francisco. And we know Bryce is a little bit undersized and we know what the percentages are. The fact that only 25% of starting quarterbacks start every week. So like playing the numbers, you need quality quarterbacks. But like, how many do you need? So is it that? Is it them giving Corral enough reps for trade bait? That's what some people are saying. If Matt Corral shows any promise, they said trade him. Matt Corral was asked about if he and Scott Fitter had talked about trades. Matt said no.
Following that, have you had any discussions with Scott about potentially getting traded?
No. Me personally, if it was up to me, I don't want to get traded. I love the people here. I love the people that I'm around. I want to play for Coach Reich. I really like the coaches that we have around us.
Corral said, I'm here. I love that. I love that because you're behind the 8 ball. And and it's honestly smart by him because where else is Matt Corral going to get this quality of quarterback coaches? Where? And with the Thomas Brown coming from McVay, one of the most quarterback-friendly systems, with some of this amount of quarterback coaching, like this is a great scenario for him. No pressure on him. gets immense coaching, and now he's going to get a lot of reps. The upside for Matt Corral seems strong. If he's going to be anything, we're going to find out because this coaching staff is in place, and clearly they're making decisions to give him an opportunity. So he's not going to be like Matt Rule, and he only gets X amount of reps in practice and only play with the 3s and the 4s in preseason. He's going to play with 3s and the 4s, but I think we have a lot more depth. Somebody said in the comments with Zavala in rotation and stuff like that, and then like K. Mays, we're going to have a lot better offensive line than before. Like our second team offensive line is going to be guys that were starting for us. Michael Jordan's going to be out there. Cam Irving's going to be out there. You know what I'm saying? Those two guys started in Matt Rule's tenure. So this is he's going to get a shot. We have depth at wide receiver. We got Mingo, his guy Mingo. They're going to get chances to play together as well. Shy Smith, he can make some plays. We've seen Shy make plays. He's going to be out there with Shy. There's going to be ample opportunity for him to run with some guys that can actually play this time around. We just talked about Richie. Richie's tight end 4. Sullivan's tight end 3, 4, whatever. So if anybody can get the best out of Matt Corral, it's going to be this coaching staff. And if he just doesn't turn out, then he wasn't meant to be. He's just not good. In my opinion, if you can't get it right in this situation, you just aren't going to get it. If you ain't got it by now, you just ain't going to get it type of stuff. We'll see what happens, but I think the upside is there for Corral. To be honest, I'm bullish on Corral right now. And then the new rule just came out today that you can actually have 3 quarterbacks active without counting against your active roster, because you can only have 53, of course. So Matt Corral would still have to make the 53, because if he goes to the practice squad, anybody can pick him up. Remember when we cut Will Grier and the Cowboys picked him up? If Will Grier can get picked up on somebody's team, Matt Corral is not safe. If you want to keep Matt Corral, putting him on the practice squad is not safe. They're going to have to keep him on the 53-man roster. I'll say it again. If Will Grier is getting plucked off of somebody's practice squad, nobody's safe. So I have no doubt if Matt Corral is healthy, somebody would get him if he was on the practice squad. Yeah, they've managed the reps and split it up more, like, better than anybody else. Like, I understand the situation last year. I like PJ clearly showed he was capable, but 4 quarterbacks, it's just hard. It's just hard to split reps. And so this year they made the hard decision and got rid of Eason. It is what it is. That's just all it took, is getting rid of Eason. They'll probably bring 4 quarterbacks for training camp because they want to rest these guys' shoulders because it's so much throwing on back-to-back days. But there's no, the idea of having 4 quarterbacks on the team like we did last year is not happening. And they're, like I said, they're managing the reps way better than Matt Rule ever did. Could it be the future backup? I think so. Somebody said it too. Like, if Corral can show any kind of promise and Bryce Young actually takes that step forward, maybe Dalton is the 1-year rental. I think Dalton is a capable starter that can get you a win in a spot, which is partially why I think they brought him in as well. He wasn't just a mentor. But if Matt Corral, if they think they can win games with Matt Corral, I think they would keep him around as the backup over Dalton, yeah. Not this year. I don't think so this year at all. Because 30 said he want Corral to start somewhere. I want to see what he got. I want to see what he got first. If he's straight, we need to keep him. We need to keep him. He may be trade bait, but if he's starting, we don't need a backup. Like I said, only 25% of starting quarterbacks last year played every game. You need depth. If you ain't learned anything else from that NFC Championship game with the 49ers, dog, you need multiple quarterbacks. Multiple. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're going to have Christian McCaffrey taking snaps. Hey, thanks for watching the video. If you want to see more Panthers content, NFL content with podcasts, live streams, film breakdowns, and all of the above, hit the subscribe button down below and the bell icon. That way you get notification every time I drop videos. You'll be subscribed to Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. You'll get plenty more content where this came from. Once again, thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.